Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. For today's box opening, we're going to take a look at Dominaria United in the set booster pack form. So we've got a fully sealed and intact box here. Now this box right here is actually going to a member of the channel, Paul H. I put out a call on the community tab and Paul signed up for not only this box, but 3 others as well. So you're going to hear his name a lot over the coming weeks. I do want to thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel, all 1,965 of you as of the time of the recording of this video. We're slowly creeping towards 2,000 subscribers. I do have a poll out on the community tab if you want to go take a look to basically offer up a product to open on the channel when we do hit 2,000 subs. So if you want to go out there and vote for it, please do so. Paul, sir, good luck to you. I will open your box topper here. We all know how these go. These are extremely low value box toppers as far as the history of Magic goes. These are in the vein of Crimson Vow. So Paul, you are going to see, here we go, Roga Carekeep Overlord. Not a high value box topper, but we knew that as soon as we saw it. So let's just go ahead and start cracking open some set booster packs for you. I will be doing a full MTG box analysis at the end of the video, so please stay tuned for that. And let's see if we can find Paul some value. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a Johora non-signed art card, followed by an island. Now, all of the stained glass lands are currently valued over $1. So any of these we hit for Paul, that's just money in the bank. All right, so we got ourselves a Splatter Goblin, followed by a Colossal Growth, a Goblin Picker. Then we're going to see a Vanquisher's Axe, a Yavimaya Steel Crusher with a Tour Devant Fury Rider, a Choking Miasma, and then a Territorial Morrow with a Balamor Battle Mage Captain in Showcase, with a Defiler of Faith coming in as our rare, and in foil we're going to see a Juniper Order Rootweaver and a Phyrexian Token. Fantastic. So not the best pack number 1, but we did see a little bit of a value in the lands. So let's see if we can't find Paul some signed art cards or maybe a Shieldred. All right, so this one's going to start off with a foil Showcase Forest. Very cool. Then we're going to see an Essence Scatter, followed by a Phyrexian Vivisector, Phyrexian Rager, a Runic Shot, a Micromancer, a Combat Research, a Nael Abazora Aeronaut, followed by a Rada Coalition Warlord. Then we're going to see an Rarity Resurrected coming in as our rare in Showcase. And then we're going to see Rada's Firebrand coming in as our second rare with a Pixie Illusionist and a Soldier Token. I'm just going to slide these over and try and get the focus a little bit better so that Paul can definitely see all of the cards that he's going to get. All right, so here is another non-signed art card, followed by a regular mountain. These are not valued over $1. Then we're going to see a Gibbering Barricade, followed by a Florpulus Vine Wall, Clockwork Drawbridge, Academy Wall. Then we're going to see a Molten Tributary with a Phyrexian Missionary, Aaron Benalia's Ruin, an Inscribed Tablet, a Rulik Mons Warchief, with an Urborg Lagoif coming in as our rare, with a foil Nahel the Storm Ruiner coming in. And in the back, we're going to see a Bird Token. So there is one uncommon in this set, currently valued over $1, and that is the Relic of Legends. So hope maybe we'll get to see a few of those in this pack, or in this box. Don't think we'll see 2 in a pack. So we got a regular old Islands, a Broken Wings, a Batterfly Swarm, followed by a Writhing Necromass, a Tribute to Urborg, a Sprouting Goblin. Then we're going to see a Hurling Cyclops, followed by a Bortuk Bone Rattle, Lagomos Hand of Hatred, Queen Elena of Riddick, and our rare is going to be a Thran Portal from the Land Cycle with a Goblin Picker, and we are going to see an Illusion Reality coming in off of the list. There we go. Got the focus just right. Very cool to see that. Put our list hits up there. All right, so there's Joda the Unifier in art, non-signed art card. And right behind it, we have our land. And we're going to see another forest, this time non-foil, followed by a Phyrexian Espionage. Then we're going to see a Geothermal Bog, followed by a Flowstone Infusion, a Banalish Sleeper, a Sengir Connoisseur, with a Jodas Cotex, a Cut Down, good uncommon, just has dropped below $1. Then we're going to see a Balduvian Atrocity, Vohar Vidalian Desecrator, and our rare is going to be a Vidalian Hexcatcher coming in. This is going to be valued just over $1. And then we're going to see ourselves a foil Lightning Strike with a Merfolk token. So some of the big hits that we could be looking for, there is a Phyrexian Shieldred, the Apocalypse. There is a Showcase Shieldred, and then there is a regular Shieldred. So there are 3 different Shieldreds we can pick up. All of them are valued more than $59. So we'll definitely keep our eyes peeled for that. So we got ourselves a foil Swamp here. Then we got an Urborg Repossession, followed by a Haunted Mire, Toxic Abomination with a Bog Badger, Yosha Declares War, an Inscribed Tablet, a Frost Fist Strider with an Aaron Benali's Ruin in Showcase, and then we're going to see a borderless Sulfurous Springs coming in. It's going to hold a little bit of value, just over $3 in borderless. And right behind that, we're going to see Shana Purifying Blade coming in. Unfortunately, I don't believe Shana is going to be a high value mythic for us. But still, nonetheless, we got to see a mythic. Then we get a Bog Badger with an elemental token. So only 1 list hit so far. Usually these boxes are good for 6 to 8. Sometimes you can get a little bit more. And there we go. We got our first signed art card there. It is going to be the Showcase Nael the Storm Runner. So very cool to see that. I don't know about Paul, but I collect the signed art cards. So we got a regular forest with a Marina's Outrider, Sacred Peaks, an Artillery Blast, followed by a Smash to Dust, a Cult Conscript, Lagomos Hand of Hatred, with an Errati Scorn, Titova Steward of Tides, and we're going to see a Cosmic Epiphany coming in as our rare. Oh, there is a second rare, I believe. We can get them separated. Yep, so we get a Braids Arisen Nightmare as our second rare. Cool. And then we get a Phyrexian Warhorse and a Sapperling. So unfortunately, the signed art cards in this set, there are only 2 that are valued over $1, and that's the Squee in Showcase signed and the Timeless Lotus. Speaking of Timeless Lotus, that's another one of the cards that we could be looking for, valued over $10. We're also keeping an eye out for Liliana of the Veil, as well as the Ajani Sleeper Agent in Borderless. That one's also going to be worth over $10. So there's currently 8 cards valued over $10 right now. And there's 8 cards valued over $5. So we got ourselves a Mountain, a Negate, a Citizen's Arrest, a Haunting Figment, followed by a Destroy Evil, then a Tattered Apparition, a Pilfer, an Urg Spawn of Turg, great name. Then we get a Runic Shot, a Rona Shieldred's Faithful, with a Sulfurious Springs in the regular treatment. So very cool to see that. Valued pretty darn close to the borderless, if not even more. Then we get a Phyrexian Rager in foil. And from the list, we're going to see Giraffe's Messenger, rare coming in. Very cool. So we'll put that up there. And we'll put our foil over here. And we'll just keep going through these packs. So we're finally up to 2 list hits. I guess if we get 2 per stack of packs, we're doing pretty good. Just a little extra added bonus in these set booster boxes. So cool art card, non-signed. Then we're going to see a Showcase Plains coming in. Very nice. With a Contaminated Aquifer, a Voda Sea Scavenger, followed by a Stall for Time, Tolarian Geyser, Phyrexian Missionary, Aaron, Benalia's Ruin again, followed by Cult Conscript. Then we're going to see Elias Ilkor Sadistic Pilgrim coming in Showcase with a Najal, the Storm Runner. That's our signed art card. With a Shivan Reef coming in from the main set. Very cool to see that as a rare land. Then we get a Thrill of Possibility with a Phyrexian token in the back. All right, so that'll take us to the end of stack number 1 here. No list hit in this one. You can tell because we have a token in the back. And so we've got another non-signed art card here. They like to stick to the land directly behind it. And then there is our first land. What is taking the focus? It's got to be the packs. All right, Paul, I'm just going to slide your packs a little bit off screen there to try and get some of the focus on your cards. Sorry about that, everybody. All right, so we get a Snare Spinner. We get a Yavimaya Sojourner, followed by a Vine Shaper Prodigy, a Mossbeard Ancient. Then we're going to see Founding of the Third Path, a good uncommon from the set, with, there we go, the Relic of Legends. So this is going to be the one uncommon currently valued over $1. It is currently valued at $2.38. So we'll put that right there. Then we get a Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart, followed by Braid's Frightful Return, Lagomos Hand of Hatred, and our rare is going to be a Carplusian Forest. So all the lands coming out in this box. Then we're going to see Tori Devant Fury Rider coming in foil with a true non-token token. Essentially just a separator for the card box. Absolutely no value in those. Maybe I'll use those to help pad the cards I send Paul. All right, another non-signed art card there with a foil Plains. Very nice to see that. And then we're going to see a Shield Wall Sentinel. Then we get a Gibbering Barricade, followed by a Florphoris Vine Wall. I'll just mess that one up on purpose from now on. We get a Vohar Vidalian Desecrator, an Elvish Hydromancer, Jin of the Fountain, Taitova Steward of Tides. Then we're going to see a Garna Bloodfist of Keld coming in Showcase with a Shana Purifying Blade Mythic Showcase. Unfortunately, I don't think Shana's going to do it for us, but right behind that, we are going to see an Aster Bearer of Blades. Unfortunately, also not high value for Paul. Then we get our Givian Phalanx and a bird token. So we've only seen a few cards valued over $1. Paul, let's try and get some value going here. All right, so we think we've got a Tolarian Terror coming in art form. Then we get ourselves a Mountain, followed by an Impede Momentum. Then we're going to see a Banalish Faith Bonder with a Lightning Strike, a Micromancer, a Combat Research, then a Yoshet Declares War again, always causing trouble, with an Inscribed Tablet, a Frostfist Strider, Zar Ohan, Scion of Ephara. And behind that, we are going to see a Defiler of Flesh coming in as our rare. Unfortunately, the Defiler series out of this one just didn't really do much. The green one's the most valuable. And then we got a Colossal Growth with a Sosuke Summons coming in off of the list. Very nice to see another list hit there. So we're up to 3 of those. Don't know if any of those are going to be high value. It's impossible to have like a sheet of list values just because there's so many cards on the list. So, but it'll be in the overlay. You'll be able to see it before, in theory, I guess I do. All right, so we get ourselves a Showcase Mountain. Very nice. Followed by a Volsci Tide Turner. Then we're going to see a Crystal Grotto, a Sunbathing Rootwalla, a Tide Pool Turtle, Lagomos Hand of Hatred. Then we're going to see an Arati Scorn, followed by a Vohar Vidalian Desecrator, with a Najal Stormrunner, Zar Ohar, Scion of Ephara again, and we're going to see a Najani Sleeper Agent coming in. Very nice to see this. This is going to hold a little bit of value, just over $4 for Paul. Fantastic. And then we're going to see a Stronghold Arena coming in foil. Not a high value rare, but it is a foil rare. And behind that, we're going to see a Knight token. All right, there is the same art card, just non-signed. If I can separate the land, we got ourselves a Forest Recluse behind that with a Juniper Order Root Weaver. Then we get ourselves a Tangled Islet with a Samite Herbalist and Eerie Soul Tender with a Deathbloom Gardener, a Monstrous Warleech, then a Hero's Heirloom coming in with a Joint Exploration, Tori Devant Fury Rider, and then we're going to see ourselves a Herd Migration coming in. This was one of the promo cards from the set. And then we're going to see a Splatter Goblin with a Soldier token. All right, now that is just cool art right there. Not valuable, but very cool nonetheless. Not everything's about money. All right, I have to separate that one that way. All right, so we get Jaya's Firenado with a Shadow Prophecy, followed by Bone Splitters, Enthrall to the Pit, Coral Colony, a Walking Bulwark, a Blight Pile, followed by another Elias. Then we're going to see an Activated Sleeper coming in from the Commander subset. This is going to actually be valued just over $1. So very cool to see that. There is another card behind it. And it is going to be a Drag to the Bottom. Unfortunately, not a high value rare. Then we're going to see an Academy Wall with a Soldier token. So there are a few cards that you can pull from the Commander subset. The most valuable is going to be Green Sleeves, the Marrow Sorcerer, currently valued at $22. Oh, wow, look at that. So we got ourselves a signed version of the art card I was just commenting on. So now let's find out what it is. So this is going to be Battle Wing Mystic. Very cool. So we've got ourselves 2 signed art cards. Love it. All right, so we got ourselves a Swamp, a Wooded Ridgeline, a Gintu Amplifier, followed by an Impulse, a Llanowar Stalker. Then we're going to see a Mossbeard Ancient, Founding of the Third Path, another Relic of Legend, so a little more uncommon value there. So now we've got 2 of those. Then we got a Baird Argivian Recruiter, a Vohar Vidalian Desecrator, with, there we go, Leyline Binding. This is going to be a rare that kind of gave this set some legs for a while, currently valued over $8. So that is a fantastic hit. Guess we'll put that up there. And then we got ourselves a Writhing Necromass in foil with a Cobalt of Care's Keep. And if you're not aware, you can pull Commander tokens in this set. This is a rare occasion where Commander tokens are available in the set boosters. All right, so we've got ourselves another non-signed art card here. And behind it, got ourselves a regular Forest with a Clockwork Drawbridge, an Academy Wall, Molten Tributary, Contaminated Aquifer, Voda Sea Scavenger, an Elvish Hydromancer, Jin of the Fountain, Titova Steward of Tides, Urbog Spawn of Turg, with Aquarion Beastcaller coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see a Balamor Battlemage Captain with Thalia's Lieutenant coming in off the list from Shadows over Innistrad. Very nice to see a rare list hit. And I apologize for the focus. I don't know what's going on today. I've got the same lighting, same setup. It just wants to focus in on something. I'm not sure what or why. Paul, I'm just stacking up your packs and putting them over there. Maybe that's it. All right, so we are going to see the Swamp coming in. The Swamp is going to be the second most valuable land in the set, the Plains being the number 1. So we've got an Extinguish the Light, followed by a Meteorite, Then we're going to see a Timely Interference, an automatic librarian, a Joined Forces, Garna, Bloodfist of Keld, Warhost's Frenzy, Rulik Mon's War in Chief, with a Braids Arisen Nightmare coming in Showcase. Braids, I think, will hold some value for Paul. Very cool. And behind it, we are going to see a Plaza of Heroes coming in from the land cycle. So this is going to be another hit for us, value just over $5. So awesome. We'll put that up with Leyline Binding. Then we get ourselves a Destroy Evil with a Soldier Token. I think we're down to about 14 packs left to go because I moved a few of them over just to try and help the focus. So another non-signed art card. They always stick to the land behind it. Doesn't matter what set. Then we get a Swamp, a Hexbane Tortoise, followed by a Shore Up, a Flowstone Kabu. Trying to get this just right. Bite Down, Molten Monstrosity, a Wingmantle Chaplain, Strength of Coalition, Shally's Acolyte, followed by Nael Avazola Aeronaut. And our rare is going to be Urza Assembles the Titans. So one of the sagas from the set, with an Artillery Blast and a Worm Token. All right, another non-signed art card with a foil Showcase Island. Very nice. Followed by an Argivian Phalanx, a Talia's Lookout, Bashino Branch Rider, Sunlit Marsh, Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart, Braids Frightful Return, a Monstrous Warleech, Aaron Benalia's Ruin. Then we're going to see the Steward of Tides, with Cruelty of Gix as our rare, and a Barkweave Crusher, and another non-token token. All right, we could have a list hit here in the back. All right, another non-signed art card. Then we are going to see there was a land behind that. Let me just double check. Regular Plains, nothing fancy. Then we get a Stall for Time, followed by a Tellurian Geyser, a Volsci Tide Turner, a Crystal Grotto, Sunbathing Rootwalla, Coral Colony, a Walking Bulwark, a Blight Pile. Then we're going to see Rada Coalition Warlord, with Azur the Eternal Schemer coming in as our rare, value just over $1. And then we're going to see a Voda Sea Scavenger in foil, with a Crypt Wraps coming in. Very nice to see that from the list, from the Vision set. I remember opening Visions a really long time ago. I don't have a ton of those cards left. It wasn't, I don't know, an exciting set to me when I was younger and opening packs of Magic cards. All right, another non-signed art card with a Classic Mountain. Then we're going to see a Tellurian Terror, an Idyllic Beachfront, a Pixie Illusionist with a Griffin Protector, a Rada Coalition Warlord, Shieldred's Restoration, Rona Shieldred's Faithful, Balamor Battle Mage Captain, and we are going to see a Caves of Koilos coming in borderless. Very nice to see that. So that's 2 borderless land hits for Paul in this box so far. And then we're going to see Squee Dubious Monarch from the main set, with a Sten Paranoid Partisan coming in foil Showcase with a Soldier Token. All right, so we got to see a triple rare pack there. Very nice. They don't happen too often, at least not in this set. Some other set booster sets do feature more rares and mythics. This one usually is 1 to 2. Occasionally you do get 3. So we get a Swamp, a Battle Rage Blessing, a Furious Bellow, Coalition Warbrute, Prayer of Binding, Cleaving Skyrider, Tear Asunder, another good uncommon, Tail Swipe, Linebreaker Baloth, Bortuk Bone Rattle, with a Temporary Lockdown, a little bit of value here. Then we get a Broken Wings and a Soldier Token. All right, I think we're down to about 7 or 8 packs here for Paul. And as soon as we open up the last pack, I'll immediately jump into the MTG Box Analysis. Ooh, we are going to get another signed art card here. That's actually a pretty cool signature, the way that that's done. And that is going to be the Twinferno. Very nice. All right, we got ourselves Showcase Mountain, Mesa Cavalier, Phyrexian Warhorse, Argivian Cavalier, a Heroic Charge, Hero's Heirloom, Joint Exploration, Join Forces, Turo Kennerid Sky Knight, Garna Bloodfist of Keld, and we're going to see the Caves of Koilos again, but this time in regular treatment, with a Salvaged Mana Worker and an Elemental token. All right, could be another list hit. It is another non-signed art card, though, with a Classic Plains, a Soaring Drake, Broken Wings, Battlefly Swarm, a Writhing Necromass, Tribute to Urborg, a Wingmantle Chaplain, Strength of Coalition, Shalia's Acolyte, Queen Elenil of Rudok. Got a Rundevelt Horde Master as our rare, with an Enthrall to the Pit as our foil, and we are going to see a Time Spiral Pentagraph Paladin coming in. Very cool to see that. Old rare with flanking. All right, I think that's Mana Cannons. Yep, Mana Cannons in art form. Certain arts I like, so I just memorize the name, even though I've never played with the card. Got ourselves a foil Plains there, with a Keldon Strike Team, a Captain's Call, Scour the Wilderness, Rona's Vortex, Elias Ilkor Sadistic Pilgrim, Balduvian Berserker, Argivian Recruiter, Sadistic Pilgrim again, and then we're going to see a Historian's Boon. This is going to be one of the Commander rares, not high value though. And behind that, though, we are going to see Guardian of New Benalia coming in, another rare, with an Argivian Cavalier and a Soldier token. So if I'm not mistaken, those Commander rares take up an uncommon slot, so you don't lose your rare just because you're getting your Commander, which is a good thing. All right, another non-signed art card. Regular Island, Tidepool Turtle, the Tortoise, Shore Up, Iconolast, Queen of Rudok, the Weatherseed Treaty, Resolute Reinforcements, Baird Argivian Recruiter, Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart, with a Namada Primeval Warden coming in as our rare, with a Steward of Tides in foil and a bird token. All right, 3 packs remaining. Still want to see a card valued over $10. There are 8 of them. Our chances are pretty decent. All right, so we got an Urborg Repossession, a Haunted Mire, a Toxic Abomination, a Bog Badger, Garna Bloodfist of Keld, Warhost Frenzy, Coalition Warlord, the Warren Chief, Scion of Afara, and we're going to see a Karn's Silex coming in, a little bit of value, Mythic hit, with a Meteorite, and from the list we're going to see a Shifting Wall from Stronghold. Very cool. All right, 2 packs to go. All right, we've got a mini game in the back. There's Liliana teasing us in her art form. We are going to see an island with a Salvaged Mana Worker, Magnaloth Sentry, Gay as Might, Prayer of Binding, Cleaving Skyrider, Terra Sunder, a Tail Swipe, a Linebreaker Baloth, Hand of Hatred, with a Threats Undetected coming in as our rare, and a Flowstone Kavu with the mini game. Wrong pile. You go there. All right, final set booster for Paul. And Paul, thank you so much for being a kind member and sponsoring this box, as well as 3 others. So I wish you all the luck. If you want to sponsor a box, just head over to the community and see if I've got any available, or join the channel. So we got an Elfin Worm, a Charismatic Vanguard, an Essence Scatter, a Phyrexian Vivisector, the Rager, the Dragon Whelp, the Aeronaut, the Slimefoot Survey, with a Sky Knight, And our rare is going to be a Defiler of Dreams with a Vine Shaper Prodigy and a Zombie. All right, so in the end, this box turned out to be a land box plus Defilers and none of the giant hits. But that doesn't mean that Paul lost money. So let's run the MTG box analysis and find out. In today's MTG box analysis, we're going to review the cards that we were eligible to pull out of a set booster pack and compare that to the cards that we saw in this box. Then we'll take a look at set coverage, coverage by rarity, as well as duplication. From a value perspective, we'll look at the value of the cards we could have seen in a set booster box, and then we'll break down the actual observed value for this box and close it out with a summary. We're also going to be doing a 3-set booster box comparison at the very end. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and at least 80 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's get things started by taking a look at what we saw in this box. This chart shows all the foils that we saw in orange, the non-foils in green, and the cards we were eligible to see in a set booster pack in gray. In the non-foil space, we saw a huge variance between the primary colors of Magic, with red having the least at 26 and blue had 43. Also in the non-foil space, we saw 1 Jumpstart Rare, 42 Showcase, and 2 Borderless. In the foil space, we saw a more consistent distribution with white, black, red, and green each having 5 cards and blue having 3. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 234 unique cards out of a possible 341, which means that we saw 69% of the cards we were eligible to pull in this box. Our highest coverage was a tie between black and green, with each seeing 79% of the set. And also of note, we saw 100% of the basic lands, both in regular frame and full art. In the foil space, we saw 36 cards, which gave us 11% coverage of the 341 cards we were eligible to see. Our highest coverage was a 4-way tie between white, black, red, and green, with each having 13% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we saw 94% of the commons and 83% of the uncommons. We also saw 31 rares for 36% coverage and 5 mythics for 14% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 24% of the commons, 4% of the uncommons, and 2 rares for 2% coverage. In total, this box contained 33 rares and 5 mythics from the main set. However, if we include the 3 rares that we saw from Commander, as well as the 3 rares that we pulled off the list, this box actually contained 39 rares and 5 mythics. From a duplication perspective, none of our foils were repeated. However, 83 of the non-foils were duplicated 88 times for an overall box duplication rate of 25%. Despite this duplication, we didn't see a single playset of any card. Before we take a look at the value that we saw in this box, let's baseline with a look at the market value of the cards we were eligible to pull in a set booster box. This chart shows all 341 cards from the main set that you can pull out of a set booster pack using market prices from February 26, 2023. Currently, the set features 7 cards valued over $10, including the Borderless Ajani valued at $10.49, the Timeless Lotus valued at $13.50, the Borderless Liliana at $15.52, the Standard Frame Liliana at $18.12, and 3 Shieldreds with Phyrexian at $59.87, Showcase at $61.07, and the Standard Frame being the most valuable at $64.40. The set also features 8 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 37 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 289 cards are valued under $1. If you were to add up the value of all 341 cards that you can pull out of a set booster pack, you'd have a market value of $422.81. Unfortunately, in this box, we didn't see a single card valued over $10, but we did see the Plaza of Heroes valued at $5.71 and the Leyline Binding valued at $8.07. We also saw 21 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 299 non-foils from the main set were valued under $1. In the foil space, we just didn't see much value. Out of the 36 foils that we did see, 2 of the showcase lands are valued over $1, and 1 non-land card is also valued over $1, and that was the Balamore Battle Mage Captain, valued at $1.98. The other 33 foils were less than $1. Being a set booster box, each pack contained an art card. In this box, we saw 27 non-signed art cards and 3 gold stamp signature cards. Unfortunately, none of the signed art cards in this set really hold any significant value. Replacing 7 of our tokens were cards from the list. 5 of these were valued under $1, but 2 of them were not. Our 2 list hits were the Thalia's Lieutenant from Shadows over Innistrad, valued at $1.54, and Giraffe's Messenger from Dark Ascension, valued at $3.03. So how did this box perform? Well, the market price for this box is $104.28 on TCG Player as of February 26, 2023. Today's set booster box contained 30 packs with 12 cards each, allowing us to see 360 cards. The 27 non-signed and 3 signed art cards currently are valued at $4.76. The box topper commander card and the other 2 rares from the subset are valued at $1.76. The 7 cards that we saw from the list have a grand total value of $5.46. The 21 tokens that we saw are valued at $2.68, and the 36 foils from the main set are valued at $7.82. The remaining 322 non-foils from the main set have a total value of $87.26. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $109.74, which means that this box is a gain of $5.46 over the market price and a return of 105%. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 13 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $46.85, which means that those 13 cards represent 43% of the total box value. How does this box compare to the others that we've opened on the channel? Let's find out. On the channel, so far we've opened and analyzed 3 set booster boxes of Dominaria United. Today's box saw the lowest percentage of coverage with only 69, whereas the previous 2 boxes saw 74 and 75% respectively. All 3 boxes were consistent in their foil coverage at 11%. Today's box saw the least amount of rares with 33, whereas the other 2 boxes saw 34 and 35. From a mythic perspective, we saw 5 today and 5 in the first box. The box from September 28th saw 6 mythics. All 3 boxes have contained 27 non-signed and 3 signed art cards. Today's box and the first box saw 3 rares from the Commander subset, whereas the middle box only saw 2. Today's box saw 7 cards from the list, the September 28th box saw the most with 9 from the list, and the first box that we opened on the channel saw 8. Now let's compare the value of the cards in these boxes. I've adjusted the prices of all the cards to ensure that we're using market prices from February 26, 2023, so we have a true apples-to-apples comparison. In the art card category, the first box saw the most value with $5.12. The first box also saw the most value in the commander space with more than double that of any other box. From the list, the September 28th box saw the most value with $8.22. The first box also saw the most value in the token and basic lands with $21.06. The middle box saw the most common value with $14.39. The first box again saw the most value in the uncommon space with $21.05. Today's box did see the most value in the rare space with $43.36. However, the first box saw the most mythic value with $74.77, thanks to hitting a Sheoldred. In the end, today's box and the September 28th box were pretty close to each other, but that first box was a runaway hit, thanks again to that Sheoldred. Thank you so much to Paul for sponsoring this box. All the cards are headed your way. And to everyone else, until next time, do something amazing.